Good evening. Tonight we're going to turn the clock back on Lego by about 10 years. We're going back about 10 years to look at Lego 2014, I think it was. Anyway, back then, when Ninjago was supposed to be a 1 year or 2 year deal, Lego introduced a theme called Chima to replace Ninjago as their core play action theme. Chima was focused around the animal tribes and their war over the source called Chi. The original five tribes were the lions, wolves, and eagles, who had a alliance against the crocodiles and gorillas. Later waves of Chima also introduced polar bears, mammoths, ravens, spiders, phoenixes, and I think there were a couple other animal tribes as well. But the first wave was lions, wolves, crocodiles, eagles, and gorillas. And the tribes of, okay, let's go into the picture so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. So these are the Chima legend beasts, five of the smaller sets in the theme. And Chima was a really cool theme because all the various places and vehicles were modeled to look like the animals whose tribes they represented. So it was a really fun and colorful theme. Only the five original tribes got legend beasts. The expansion tribes, while they had plenty of cool sets, they never revisited the legend beasts. The legend beasts, if I remember correctly, were they were basically more animalistic, non-humanoid versions of the animals that the animals that their tribe was based on, basically. And they were basically seen as living gods, and they were used kind of for like war animals and things like that. And so each of the tribes in the lore had a matching legend beasts, but in terms of the actual sets, it was only the original five tribes that got them. So we have a lion, an eagle, a gorilla, a wolf, and a crocodile. Um, it's cool that they did come up with two more bird tribes later, the ravens and the phoenixes. Even though it's unfortunate that the expansion tribes. I mean, there were some pretty cool animals there: mammoths, polar bears. There were some spiders. I know I'm missing a few animals, but these were the first five, the ones that the Chima story started with. And actually, it's kind of come back up because about a year ago it was revealed that the Chima world is part of the Ninjago multiverse. Yeah, all pretty much all the fandoms are getting into multiverse stuff now. It's kind of weird, but apparently Chima is part of the Ninjago world's multiverse. I don't know how I feel about that. But back when I had my original collection, the one that I had to sell for emergency cash after my surgery, when I had that collection, I did have not a lot of Chima, but I did have a few Chima sets. I remember having one of the bird gliders, and I remember having a couple other little things. I may have had one of the battle packs. I'm not sure. Anyway, so tonight we're going to build the five legend beasts, and these are small sets. I checked the piece counts, and they're, in terms of piece counts, they're comparable, but a little less the uh, than the superhero and Star Wars mechs. But what these lack in piece counts, they make up for in stickers. I saw pictures of the sticker sheets of these in preparation, and man, these have a lot of stickers. They probably have more stickers per part than Speed Champions. They probably don't have as many stickers as a Speed Champions car, but sticker per part ratio in these sets is probably higher than Speed Champions. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. And I'm just going by the set ID numbers for our order here. So let me go ahead and take these off, and we're going to start with our lion legend beast. And the characters, of course, they can sit in the front. We can match them all up later. It'll be easy to match them up because the characters all match their tribes. And I have somewhere a list of the 5 character names. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. So there's a naming scheme that Chima used where each of the characters, their name has the first letter of the animal that they are. So we're going to start with the lion here. And the lion comes with a character named Laval. So here's the front of the box. And there's really nothing special on the back of the box, so I don't really have to show it. It basically shows the other 4 legend beasts, because this was kind of a mini-series within the bigger Chima wave. So all the boxes just have this on the back where they just show the other 4 legend beasts. So we're just going to show the fronts of the boxes as we pick them up. We're going to start with Laval and the Lion Legend Beast. And these boxes are old. Some of them are a little bit beat up. These are 10 years old. They've probably been sitting in a warehouse or storage unit for 10 years. That tab opened right up. And no number. These sets are small enough that there's no numbered bags. So, well, that's a blast from the past. Okay. It comes with this unlock code card for Chima Online. Chima Online has been defunct for many years. This code card is useless, but I will set it aside anyway, and it will be bagged with the set later as a relic. Okay, so we got that, and there's no numbered bags involved, so here's our little instruction book. This was back before they printed the instruction books with minimal art. This was back when they still made instruction books look cool. You'll notice when I bring up when I bring up the instructions here, you'll notice that it's kind of low res. That's because these are older scans. A lot of older sets from this era, their scans on the Lego instructions website database thing are a lot of them have lower res scans from because that's how technology was back in the day. Shouldn't affect our building too much. Since there's no numbered bags, I'm just going to open everything up and get ready to build our lion here. And this is right around the time when Brittle Brown started to be fixed, but wasn't consistently fixed in everything yet. So actually, this first sticker sheet isn't too bad. The lion looks like he only has 8 stickers. So that's the sticker sheet for the lion. Oh, and the Chima headpiece. The way Chima did the animal head minifigures is they had regular minifigure heads with the animal face print, and then a molded animal head that went over that to really bring out the shape and detail for the different animal heads. So I'll show both layers of the minifigure as we put them together. Also, before we get too far into this, there's one other thing I gotta pull out here. And this little piece of plastic here is being stubborn and not wanting to open up. Okay, the last little thing we need before we get started here is because these are small sets, they don't, and old sets, they don't have the brick separators. So I'm pulling out a spare to just set aside here in case we need it. So the instructions will start with, oh wow, these are low res. Yeah, it's a little painful to look at based on what I'm used to, but we'll get through it. So we're going to start with Laval. And it looks like he has energy weapons. So here's Laval basic, and then I'll put his headpiece and weapons on, and we can see him fully suited up. And he gets an energy shield. And he gets this big fancy weapon. Let me just put his little weapon together, and then I'll show you what he looks like all fully armored up here. So that's how we'll do all the minifigures. I'll show you them with the basic head, like I did with Laval, and then I will show you again once I add all the big head and the accessories. So here's Laval ready for action. My first Chima minifigure assembled. Our little lion man. We'll set him here to watch the builds, and they'll all watch the builds together. All right, let's go. Let's start putting the beast together now. So I'm not sure what to expect with the browns tonight, since these were packaged right at the end of the brittle brown era. Okay, the instructions might be low res, but I can kind of see what's going on. Oh, wow. This is basically, okay, what's going on with these stickers? This is before they started numbering the stickers. So I gotta make sure that I'm getting the correct stickers, because there's no numbers to tell me, hey, this is the correct sticker. I have a feeling the stickers are going to be the hardest part of these builds tonight because there's so many of them. And it looks like a lot of them have to be lined up precisely. Not too bad. It's not perfect, but it looks mostly centered and aligned. Those are the first couple stickers. I have plans to get a number of legendary retired sets in 2026. Um, right now, I want to focus on getting as much from my wish list from the actively available stuff as possible for the build queue before it retires. Because once the stuff retires, then it goes on eBay, and a lot of the stuff gets inflated in value. So I want to try and get the currently available sets first before I start going after the retired portion of my wish list. Okay. And suddenly I'm feeling really thirsty, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll break after this first one, but these sets are small enough that we probably won't need to break until the third and the fifth if we break after this first one. And that'll allow me to get a quick little drink. I had a drink before I started, so I don't know why I'm thirsty again. But yeah, I think each of these builds is going to go pretty quickly because in terms of piece counts, they're pretty small. I have a I've started to put together a karaoke Halloween stream for next week. Um, I still haven't come up with a final selection of songs, but it's going to be a fun selection of songs that are either thematically related to Halloween or have a darker, spooky vibe to them. There's definitely options for a stream like that. Other than that, I'm not revealing anything yet because, like I said, I haven't curated the songs for it yet. The only set we really have to worry about browns being an issue from tonight is the gorilla, because most of these other animals are in other colors primarily. Like we'll see a few brown pieces here and there. I do have an old poly bag and an old battle pack that both have a piece affected by brittle brown. Um, One I actually did on stream, one I did not do on stream. But our line is coming together pretty quickly. Actually, we're going to be done with stickers after we build the other leg. There's no stickers for the, because it looks like we used 2 stickers for the leg on this side, which means we'll be using the last 2 stickers for the leg on the other side. Alright, that goes there. And now we need to build the last leg. And then I guess we just need to build the feet and the head, and then he'll be ready to go. Okay, that goes there. And sticker time, and then we'll be done with stickers for this one. The empty sticker sheet. And now we have a little 4 times build. This will be the feet. I'm going to build all 4 of them, and then we'll turn the page and attach them all. And then we just got to build the lion's head. And actually, I think the art shows all 5 of the minifigures riding their animals. So I think when we do the exit scene at the end, we might actually set that up. Okay, let's put the feet on. And here's the body of the lion. And it's headless right now. So let's make it not headless. Okay, that goes there. And these go here. Now that's a cool printed piece. The lion's eyes are a printed piece. It has a little bit of a poseable mouth as well. We're almost there with the lion. I can feel the brown. The brown is making unpleasant noises with the pressure. We'll have to proceed carefully with the gorilla, I guess. Let's just put on the top of the lion's mane here. And let's get these out of here. So here's the lion's head. That's a printed piece there, not a sticker. And this will attach on the front of the lion like this. And we have our lion legend beast. A wave ad, but an ad showing all the sets, but it's so low res, it's hard to make out what anything actually is. In addition to the main sets, there were also battle vehicles that came with like this little tabletop action game. Um, some of those haven't inflated too much, so I might be able to get some of those for the stream next year. But as for the main Chima sets, I don't think I, I'll be able to budget for any of the big stuff. So we'll go ahead and put the lion up here so you have something to look at while I take my quick break. We got through that in just about a half hour, so these are going to go by pretty quickly tonight, I think. The eagle is next. I'm going to put the box here as a little preview for you, and I will be back in a couple minutes. I won't be too long with this break because I wasn't planning to break this early, but I'm just really thirsty. We were doing some work in here earlier and kicked up some dust, so that may have something to do with it, but I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, so let's keep going. Alright, audio works. Let's, our lion can take a break. Laval can stay back and watch the build, like we do with all the minifigures. So, this is the Eagle Legend Beast. No need to show the back of the box because they're all the same ad. Let's go ahead and start getting this one together. In addition to eagles, ravens and phoenixes also appeared for bird tribes in Chima. There's only 6 stickers. Yeah, 6 stickers for this one. Maybe I was wrong about the stickers. 6 stickers isn't too bad. They are tiny stickers, though. We have our little instruction book here. I will set that aside. We have our useless online card. Let's get these bags open and start building. Thank you for not falling on the floor. The bird tribes were my favorite back in my previous collection. I did have a bit of Chima back then. Let's go ahead. This is before they had the specialty animal minifigure legs that they've been using for like birds and deer and stuff. And this character's name is Eris. And it has 2 expressions on the underhead that are pretty much exactly the same. I can't tell the difference here. So it really doesn't matter which one we expose here. This is what Eris looks like before having all the accessories. So now Eris gets the molded bird head piece, which is there. And a shield. Looks like the same shield that Laval has. Which would make sense because I think they're meant to be energy shields based on the chi energy. So it makes sense that allied tribes would have similar magical shields. And then there's a little bit more towards Eris's prep because Eris is a bird person, which means they get wings. So we have to put these clips on the back of the armor so that we can get the wings on. And there's probably a weapon too. Yeah. So let's get the wings and then I'll put this weapon together. There are several different styles now of of a wing of wings, that single piece wing units that go around the neck, but those had not been introduced yet when Chima was out, so they had these standard wings you had to clip on, that with specialized studded backpacks. So that's basically what we did here. And now I have to put this little weapon thing together. This is Eris fully prepared for battle. Shield, weapon, wings, helmet, or face, I should say. That's the whole bird face there. And Eris can go sit with Laval and watch as the animals get built. And Eris is very back heavy. That should work for a while at least. Alright, let's get on with the build here. Doesn't look like there's any brown to dread in this set. This build actually has a few less pages than the other one did. So I have a feeling they're all going to go pretty quickly on their own. This one uses a lot of blue, and the Eagles used a lot of blue in their color scheme. I remember having one of the Raven vehicles in the past. The Ravens never got a Legend Beast, though. They were one of the expansion tribes. Oh yeah, I see the bot. Give me a moment. Hi, Brett. Yeah. So we're doing Chima tonight, specifically the 5 Legend Beasts. Chima was the series they did based around animal tribes, animal people. There were tribes of animal people. There were five animal tribes introduced in the first Chima series, and those five tribes each got something called legend beasts, which were like non-humanoid versions of the animals. But then but then a whole lot more tribes were added in the subsequent waves, but they never revisited legend beasts. So only the original five have legend beasts. We're actually on the second one now. We're doing all five tonight because they're small. Um, this is the lion. We started with the lion. We're doing the eagle right now. And then there'll also be a crocodile, gorilla, and wolf. Okay. Uh, the Wednesday VOD from last night should be showing up at midnight if you wanted to check that. I know you were streaming last night. The flower came out really good. Wait, is that supposed to? That's supposed to be even, isn't it? Oh, I think I missed a piece somewhere. Hmm. Yes, I did miss a piece. And you know why I missed a piece? Because these older PDF scans are not as high res as the instructions for the sets, for the more modern sets they put up now. The older scans, a lot of them are low res. So let me get the separator in here and see if I can't get in the piece that I forgot. Easy fix though. Did I not put the instructions back up after my break? Hold on. Sorry, you missed all that. Alright, let me show you. Alright, this is where we are so far. There's the minifigure. You can see him sitting up front there. And that's where we are now. So let me get myself back to this point. These instructions, not only are they low res, but they're also printed darker than the real colors. The instructions for sets of the last few years are so much better than older instruction scans. And we have some sticker work going on here. Okay, it's these two stickers. So uh, after stream, Brett, I'm going to be rehearsing for I'm going to be beginning rehearsing for my Halloween singing stream next week. Those are the two little stickers we just put on. Okay, what's this sticker doing? Okay, I see how this one's supposed to go. So it looks like the stickers here for our feather detail for the big eagle. That's not quite straight. That's better. Still not perfect, but it's good enough. There's that sticker. There's so many cool sets from around this time period, so many cool themes. This was the days of alien conquest, Atlantis, uh, Pharaoh's Quest, um, elves. Lots of great themes from around this Lego era. The Lego movie. Lots of cool stuff to explore in 2026 when I get around to retired sets. Okay, those are on. So now it looks like we're doing, that looks like it's going to be the head. Yeah, because we get these printed eye tiles that are going to be staring at us in a moment. That's what the little eye tile looks like. I'm working with a camera that doesn't like to focus right now, though. So that's as good as you're going to see it. Let's keep going with the build. Sticker time. So that's going to orient like this. So I want this sticker. So this one's going to orient like this, which means I want this sticker. And then one sticker down the middle here. And this is one that needs to be centered because it looks like beak detail. And so we want it to look natural. That's good. Empty sticker sheet. We no longer need that. So here's the eagle's head that we just put together. And we will put this onto the front of the assembly here, like this. And we have a 2x build. You know how we do those on this channel, which is where we do everything one page at a time on both copies. And then we turn the page and do the next page for both copies. That way we don't have to go back and backtrack and do it all over again. Okay. We're almost done with the eagle. Looks like we just have to finish the legs, which looks like this is going to be, this page will be finishing that, and then we got to put the wings together. Okay, let's finish up the other leg. Okay. Let's put the legs on. And now we put these wing bits on. And all the advertisement pages again. So let's turn off the instructions for that one. Let's get these spare bits out of here. And I just pushed our minifigures out of view. Let's fix that real quick. So here's the Eagle Legend Beast. Cool wing spread effect it's got going on. And the Eagle, Raven, and Phoenix Tribe vehicles have even more of this really cool wing stuff going on. Let's just figure out a good position for it to sit in, because it's not like the others in terms of leg positioning. But there, yeah, that should work for a sitting position. I do like this Eagle. Let's see who's next, though, because we got 5 of these to get through, and we're only 2 deep. Looks like we're doing the Gorilla next. I don't need to show the back of the box. Well, there is the back of the box. But as you can see, the back of these boxes is just an advertisement for the rest of the Legend Beasts. So it's not like other boxes. So here's our Gorilla. Let's go ahead and get this open. This isn't my first Lego Gorilla. I have Donkey Kong and his family in the Lego Mario series. There's something stuck inside there. Yeah. Oh. I misspoke about the stickers. They're really not that bad at all. This one's only got 5. This is the sticker sheet for the Gorilla. Now let's get these open. The useless online code card, which does nothing now. The instruction book. And let's do this. And let's get these bags open and get started with the Gorilla. And let's get a little bit more table space on camera here. These guys can move in a little bit. We're only getting 5 guys today. Now the gorilla has a lot of brown in it, and being it, and with this set being from the tail end of brittle brown era, I'm fretting a little bit going into this build. But if we get through here, it'll be home sailing for the crocodile and the wolf, because they don't have much brown in them. We just have to worry about getting through the gorilla. So we're going to start here with Gorzan. That's the name of the gorilla character here. Let's see if I can find his parts. So this is what Gorzan looks like with the standard minifigure head. And now we can armor him up completely with his weapon and shield and animal mask here. He gets the same shield that the other two got. It's an energy shield made of chi, the energy source of the Chima world. All the weapons so far have had these little transparent glue bits on them. So I would assume that these are all chi-based weapons. So here's Gorzan with all his gear. He's ready to go. He is no longer ready to go because he dropped his weapon onto the floor. Let's fix that real quick. All right, let's start building. Okay, here's where the low-res old scans are really gonna start to mess with me. Dark on dark is not good for scanning if you're doing it at such low resolution. All right, what kind of piece is that? Shoot. Is that the tile or the... Okay. Stickers. But I can't see what they're doing because this is a badly scanned. Instructions. I may switch to the regular instruction book in a moment, honestly. Because I really can't see what's going on here. Okay, I can see what's going on with these two stickers here. So those are the stickers we just put on. And there's only 2 total stickers left for the rest of the gorilla. So let's get this on here. It shows being in this orientation. Okay. Okay, these will go here. Finally, we're working in a lighter color for a little while, and I can actually see what the instructions are doing. Okay. So now we're doing what looks like it's going to be the gorilla's head. So now we're looking for a plate with clips. There it is. Okay, okay, this one goes up here. And then we have, okay, so this one's printed on the dish reverse. So there's the gorilla's face. It's pretty cool how they did that with the printed pieces. All right, so we're going to do a 2X. There you are. Okay, we need to finish that up one more time. And then we can put the legs on to the model. He's top heavy. I don't, well, it looks like he is able to stand on his own like this if you balance him just right. But we need to put those big arms into place, I think, before he'll be able to really stand stable. Where'd that piece go that just dropped? I think I see it. It almost went under the desk. It stopped short of being just out of reach. We'll just let the gorilla lay down until he has the arms to stabilize him. Okay, I gotta make sure I'm not losing anything in the instructions here. No, we're good. Are we good? Yeah. We're not missing anything here. I had to check because the instructions are so hard to read right now. These stickers make nice details on the arms here. That's the sticker we just put on. We put one on each of them. There's the empty sticker sheet. And now we can put the arms on. not seeing how these are supposed to be oriented, but yeah, it makes, yeah, that's how it makes sense, is to do it that way. So now let's get him into gorilla pose. Like this. Let's get these out of here. We're only at the hour-and-a-half mark of stream, and we've already completed 3 of the 5. Let's lift his head up, and our gorilla, hold on, the advertisement pages again, they're meaningless to us at this point. Our gorilla is ready, which means we are going to be doing the crocodile next. And I know I said we were going to take a break after 2 more, but I actually don't think I need it since we took a break before. So let's just keep going through. These are going a lot faster than I anticipated. Going to ultimately be a shortish stream tonight. We're only an hour and a half in, and we've only got 2 more of these left to do. So let's get ready to do the crocodile. The crocodile tribe were the bad guys in wave 1 of Chima. Eventually, they had to team up with the allied tribes when the fire and ice tribes came around later on in the series. But we're about to build the bad guy legend beast. Let me get things ready over here. So here's what the box looks like for the crocodile. Let's go ahead and get it all open, and then we will bring up the instructions. So 7 stickers for this one. This is what this sticker sheet looks like. Our little instruction book. And of course the useless online code card. Now let's get the bags open so we can start working on the crocodile. Now it looks like from this parts pile, even though the crocodile's on the other side of the conflict, they do have the same energy shield. Give me one moment. Yeah, all right. Let's get going. So this crocodile character's name is Cragger. And the two face options are near identical. It doesn't matter, of course, once we put the big mask on. So that's what he looks like with his base head. And now we can let's suit him up and get him ready for action here. So he gets his crocodile head and his shield and his energy weapon that I need to put together real quick. I don't know if I remembered to say the gorilla guy's name. So far the characters are Laval the lion, Eris the eagle, and Gorzan the gorilla. And right now I'm working on Krager the crocodile. So I need... There it is. It was buried under pieces. So here's Krager all ready to go. And now let's see if we can get him into a sitting position. I know when the Legend Beast came out, he was the bad guy, but since they all had to team up later, I guess he can sit with his future friends for now. There is no brown in this set, so nothing to worry about on the brittle brown front. Okay, where's those pieces? There's one. Okay, now we're going to do an assembly. Oh, I forgot to put the instructions back on. Sorry about that. So we'll step back up to where we were so you can see what you missed. That's where we are now. That's twice I did that on the stream. Sorry about that. Okay, this one goes here. So this goes back here. I need to do that again. Okay, and one more. There. Assembly time. Sticker time. So it looks like that sticker represents scaling patterns. And there's four of these identical ones on the sheet. So I'm guessing there will be one for each of the feet here. All right, this one goes here. looks like the front feet get these big giant claw pieces as well. So here's the foot with the big claw on it. One more foot. And then he just needs the head and the tail. Looks like we're doing the tail now. Here's the tail with the sticker applied. And I just attach that to the back of our little crocodile like that. And the feet need to be positioned slightly outward, not strictly parallel. like this. Let me fix the big claw. And now we got to do the top of the head. Okay, that goes there. Okay, that one goes there. And then we need to put these in. And our last bits of sticker for the crocodile. There's our empty sticker sheet. Let's put these little teeth pieces in. So here's the top of the crocodile's head. You can see the little tiny eye and all the teeth. And this will attach onto the rest of the body like this. Like that. And we're adding more of these big claws. Although, based on their positioning, these are probably more appropriately called spikes. Or sharp pointy bits is the most technical term, I guess. Oh, here it tells us about some of the other characters. Lots of characters whose we're not seeing today, but you can see here there's spiders. Okay. There was a bat tribe. I completely forgot about them. I definitely want to collect some more of the Chima now. Let's get these spare bits out of here, and then we can take a moment and I don't think I ever fully showed off the finished gorilla. So here's the gorilla. I like popped his arms on and then immediately set him aside. And here's the crocodile. Lots of detail on this one, and he can open his mouth and look menacing. Which leaves us with just one more. We're right on the 2-hour marker stream. Let's power through and do the last one without a break. So this is going to be the wolf legend beast. As you can see, no browns. We won't have to worry about that going on with this guy. You know what to expect on the inside by now. We've done 4 of these already. Yeah, all right. Instruction book. Useless online code card. And a sticker sheet with 8 stickers. Last one for tonight. All right, so the wolf character's name is Warriors. So there's the base minifigure. Now let's get him powered up. Like everyone else, he gets the matching energy shield. And he gets a really interesting looking weapon that has more of the energy effect going on than anyone else's weapon. War is the Wolf is now powered up and ready to join the fight. Let's put him with the others here. And let's get building the wolf. And I have no bonus builds tonight. Once we're done with the wolf, we'll bring everyone out to compose the exit scene. And all 5 of the beasts will be back on camera for that, as we usually do. And then we will raid out. And then I probably won't be around for the weekend, but I have several Halloween themed streams planned for next week. Okay, that goes there. And this one goes here. That's a big giant claw piece. And I think here it's being used to represent the wolf's tail. Okay, I can't see what that sticker is doing. Which sticker is that? I'm trying to figure out which sticker is which here. And I think I see. It's this sticker. That's what that sticker looks like. Let's keep going. All right, we're going to keep going because we have to create 2 more legs. I'm not seeing that in my pile of parts here. Do we have an incorrect, hold on. I need to go ahead a bit in the instructions and make sure I don't have an incorrect parts distribution. Oh man, it looks like we do have an incorrect parts distribution. Let's go with the pieces I have and see what happens. We got these 3 long slopes instead of the 2 long slopes we were supposed to get. What I'll do though to smoothen things out is, let me see if I can't get these one stud bits out, these gray one stud bits from the spare bits bowl, so that we can make sure everything stays evenly flat. That way we can go with the rest of the instructions as they're meant to be. Like that. Shape-wise, it doesn't look like it's going to affect things too much. But it does prevent it. Actually, if I had known that claw was there, I wouldn't even have pulled out those two spare studs, because that claw gives us that needs to be there anyway, gives us the perfect fit for that. So let's see, from the picture, this bit would go on like this. And then it has the claws on the top and the bottom. Like this. If I had known the claw was there, I wouldn't have even bothered with that stud in the first place. And now I just need to see which way is. Alright, that's the way that sticker is facing. So yeah, it doesn't look like it affected the shaping too much. In fact, it looks even smoother than the way the shaping shows up in the instructions. So maybe we benefited in that particular case. But here's this leg section. So this is one case where the having a slightly incorrect piece actually improved the look of the model slightly. Usually having a wrong piece critically makes the rest of the build uncompletable. But this time it worked out in our favor. Let's get this other sticker on. So we got the legs done. So the feet are going to be next. I'm going to put all the feet together, and then I'm going to do all the stickers. And then I'm going to attach them all. Oh, it's only 9:30. Wow. I thought this would take a lot longer. I used the wrong slope piece for that one. Let's see if I can figure out how to take this apart. There. I use the printed slope piece that's going to be part of the face. So let's try this again using one of the plain unprinted slope pieces. And now I need to do one more foot and then I can put all these stickers on. So that's what the feet look like with the sticker attached. Now I just got to put the other 3 stickers on. So yeah, overall, I'd say the Legend Beasts did have a high density of stickers, but not as high as Speed Champions as I was predicting or actually estimating at the beginning of stream. There's the empty sticker sheet. Let's get that out of here. And now let's get the feet attached onto these legs. Wow, that sticker got creased a little bit. Let's make that one of the back feet just to hide it a little better, since these will mostly be displayed from the front. Okay, let's try to pose this out a little bit. We now have a headless wolf over here. Now let's build a head for the wolf. Interesting. And this is where we get the printed face piece. Oh, that looks good. It definitely looks like a wolf now. Alright, so that's the wolf head and the completion of the wolf. There's what he looks like. Some more advertisement pages. We no longer need this open, so let's get rid of the instructions. And we have more of the camera space available now to line these all up. But first, here's a look at the completed wolf. Now let's bring them all back on screen. And you know what? We don't need the separator anymore. We're done building, so I'll just set that back aside. And let's mount the characters. We're setting up cavalry now. Alright, what I'm doing now is I'm just putting all the characters. I'm mounting them all on their legend beasts. And I remember the gorilla had an unusual way it was supposed to be done. Hold on. Let me look up the gorilla's instructions again real quick. Because I remember the gorilla had a non-standard mounting. Okay, so the shield has to turn for him to fit up there. But yeah, we got him on. So everyone is mounted now. Let's get everyone into a good position here. Yeah, that's a nice spread. These came out nicely. I definitely want to do more Chima, but if I do any more Chima, it's a project for 2026 at this point. I've got way too many Lego projects that are in the priority queue right now. But still, this isn't the last animal people based set theme you're going to see on the channel in a while. We're going to be doing Animal Crossing next month. But those aren't warring tribes based, those are peaceful village based. But it's still cool to see how Lego keeps coming back to the idea of animal people. Actually, Animal Crossing is a Nintendo license, but it's still cool how Lego did them. Anyway, so here's the 5 Chima legend beasts: Laval and his lion, Gorzan and his gorilla, Eris and the eagle, Wars and the wolf, Kragger and the crocodile. Yeah, this was a fun stream. This was a fun series of builds. Definitely want to do more Chima next year. All right, let's see who there is to raid tonight. Ooh, we got choices tonight. Let's see. Oh, but we're actually not going to a music streamer tonight because I see one of the last. I mostly purged the game streamers from the follow list, except Brett and a couple other people. But one of the ones I kept is playing Star Trek Online tonight. So we're gonna go raid Ash tonight. Normally I do music, but Star Trek Online is a game that I actually played it for a while many years ago, and I even did it on stream once last year. So we're gonna go watch some Star Trek Online for a while. All right. The streamer we're about to raid is Ash. I got introduced to that stream about a year and a half ago when she was playing Morrowind, and tonight she's playing Star Trek Online. So let's go over there, have a. Actually, incidentally, Star Trek Online, when I used to play, was back when I had the previous Lego collection, when I had a few Chima back when it was new. Um, so have a good night, live long and prosper, and I will see you next week sometime for some Halloween streams. Good night. Good night.
A Toys Viper. That Cardassian reminds me of a tailor. Some would say a simple tailor. It's true. Hi, Toys. Welcome in. Uncle Evie, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. What did you do on your broadcast? Everyone from my channel, please go and give Uncle Evie a follow. Go and check out their channel. If you've never been here, my name is Ash. I play retro games and Nintendo games, and today, on Thursdays, we play Star Trek Online. What Lego were you building? I have a cool Lego pen.